Hi, I'm Alan Johnson, and my wife Lynette and I have lived in Thailand since 1986, all the way up till the front end of 2020, and then our role began to shift a little bit more on what I call the global missiology side. So the organization has been using us to do training and resource development about missiology, train new workers at a higher level. The processing took place over about 6 years. I usually tell people I was missionized, in essence, over a process of about 6 years. I was an intern here, then a staff member. During that time, I was really gripped by a big idea, the idea of that there are people in the world that lack gospel access. Someone has to go to them, into their culture, to take the gospel. Places where there's little gospel access, generally people they don't know a Christian, and oftentimes, even if they do know one, they're not close to them, or perhaps the Christians have not felt confident, in sharing in that. And so the chance to spend decades of my life being out where every day I'm talking to people and meeting and interacting and being able to lift up in the name of Jesus was just a phenomenal privilege. For us, having been there over 30 years straight, I think probably the biggest thing that happens to you is the change in perspective. Like you get so many new filters. You see things in so many new different ways. I'm a lot more comfortable now in settings where there are people that aren't from my birth culture, because I'm a changed kind of person. So there's an incredible broadening that comes from having been really deeply embedded somewhere else, and it just changes the way you see the world. The thing that's been on my prayer radar probably for the last decade at least, I'm just believing God that we're going to see people raise up out of the New Life environment, talk about their participation in God's redemptive mission on the ground somewhere for the long haul. So the support that New Life gives to us as cross-cultural workers, giving there keeps us on the ground for the long haul in a place and able to focus on the work that we should be doing. You're not worried, you're not scratching around trying to figure out how am I going to survive here. You're there and you're just able to go full blast, full bore, pedal to the metal, just work on gospel work, the things that you should do. And so having that base behind us is incredible. So partners like New Life, that just makes our life able to be fully dedicated to the task. But also there's another part that goes beyond that, the whole supportive environmental part. My wife grew up in this church. I came here in the mid-'70s, and we're part of this family. And so when we came back on our deputation times, this is where my kids went to church. This is where my kids were in the Christian school. This was family. And when we've had difficulties over the year, there's so many people have helped us out with various pieces, just some of those logistic things. So it's a big whole complex of things that helps us stay focused on the things that we should be doing, that we felt called to, and that you've released us to say, hey, go do that.